I will be attaching the PMP examination content. And in this document, you will find the updated structure of the PMP examination content based on the feedback from the customers, stakeholders that the PMI have worked on and simplifying it. So to make the format examination content easier to understand and let's say to interpret. On the following pages, you will find the domains, tasks, and enablers as defined by the role definition. To understand the domain, so you will find in the PMP examination content at each of these domains will have tasks and enablers. So the domain is defined as the high level knowledge area that is essential to the practice of project. The tasks are the underlying responsibilities of the project manager within each domain area. Lastly, we have the enablers, which illustrative example of the work associated with the task. Please note that the enablers are not meant to be an exhaustive list, but rather than offering a few examples to help demonstrating what the tasks encompasses. And let's see here an example of the new task structure. First, you have the task statements. So managing conflict is under the people domain. If you recall what was the people domain with 42% of your PMP exam. So managing a conflict is a task under the people domain. Now let's see what are the enablers that are gonna be part of this, let's say, task. Under the people domain, I said task statement you have, which is the first one, is managing the conflict. And these enablers include the interpreting the source and stage of the conflict, also analyzing the context for the conflict. And the third, let's say, enabler here is to evaluate, recommend, reconcile the appropriate conflict resolution solution. So the list will go, as you could see it here, we have the people domain. The first, let's say, task is managing the conflict, and here are the enablers. We're gonna cover each of them in more in depth on the next sessions. But here is an overview of the examination content of the PMP exam, breakdown by, let's say, the domain areas. So we have the people. We'll also have um, processes, 50% of your PMP exam. Each of these, let's say, tasks will have their enablers, as you could see. And finally, we have the business environment contributing with 8% out of your exam, PMP exam. So this is how your exam will be structured based on these three domains, based on tasks. Ensure that you understand them, not to memorize them, how to take these enablers and apply them in real world scenarios. Based on that, you will be able to pass your exam and to succeed. So in the next session, we are going to cover each of these tasks under each of these domains in more in depth to make it easier for you